Hello everyone, welcome to Tesla Shree channel. I just received the latest beta update. That's the 10.11.2 update. So I thought I'll take it on a spin and see what all improvements have been made. I'll put the release notes up, and if you want to go through that, feel free to. But there are, I see a lot of improvements made from the last version. For example, they say that it'll use more accurate predictions where vehicles are turning or merging to reduce unnecessary slowdowns. So that has happened a lot, where if someone's turning and you can, they'll do the turn by the time you reach them, and then you can go past them, but your Tesla would feel that they're going to stop, and it would brake hard. So I think that has been improved upon, and there are a few other similar updates improvements that they've been made. So let's check all that out and see how it does in today's drive. So I'm testing out the latest version, and as you just saw, there was a car in a main street with their parking lights on, and I think Tesla detected that really well, got me over safely to the left lane, overtook them, and then brought me back. So a really good drive. It handled it really well. I was expecting it to probably slow down and stop behind it, and then maybe overtake it, but it was a little more assertive in its movement, and it knew beforehand that that vehicle in front of us is parked, and then it overtook it. So a great job on that. So 10.11.1 came out I think a week ago, and then they stopped rolling it out. That's what I saw everywhere. Not everyone's getting the updates now. It's not that frequent. So I turned on the indicator that it will go to the left lane, but it stopped for some reason, so I'm not sure why. So yeah, I was saying not everyone's getting the updates, and the frequency with which you would get updates is slower as well. But I did get the second one today. So I'm not sure what their criteria right now is. Once you're already in the beta program, I don't know what their criteria is in determining who gets the update and who does not. But if you're on beta, just maybe make sure you drive with the full self-driving on, enabled, and then as soon as you see something that it shouldn't be doing, just go ahead and keep reporting it, because I feel that's one thing that'll probably be driving the decision on if you get the update or not. Right, let's see if it'll slow down here. And there's a tow truck in front of me. Let's see if it picks up the lights, because I've seen it in the past, whenever there's maybe an ambulance or a police car. Okay, I see the automatically cleaning windshield message, and then it turned on the windshield wipers with spray. I think it detected some dust on the windshield, so it does that with the beta program. It automatically cleans it, so that's good. But I did, however, wipe my windshield before heading out today. I think that was not enough. I should have probably washed it. Well, it did it now, so I think we should be good. And the weather, I think it is a little cloudy here today, so it's not as bright, so maybe the windshield is a little more noticeable, you know, if anything on the windshield is more noticeable. And thank you for all the comments on my videos and suggestions, and letting me know that you like something versus something you don't like in the videos. That helps me streamline the video and then make more such videos. So yeah, thank you for supporting, and also thank you for all the subscribers for checking out the channel and supporting the channel. Ooh, okay. So I tried to overtake them, and then okay, it was out of beta. I didn't realize. So I tried to overtake the person who was making a right, but there was someone pretty close on the left, and then it did a slow overtake. So in Houston, you got to be careful. People don't usually yield if you're doing such slow overtakes. So I pressed on the pedal and then accelerated, and then took it out of the beta. So that's why when you're testing out beta, always be careful, and whenever it's making lefts or right, you double check and make sure it is good to go, because it's still learning, and there are chances of it doing something it shouldn't be doing. So this is a new drive new route I'm testing out today. I've never done this route. The traffic gets a little busier here as well, so it'll be a good test. So it is overtaking because someone's towing a boat here and they're going slower. And I have the visualization on full screen, so sometimes there are things that you don't notice yourself, and then you'll pick it up on the visualization, because there are times when I've seen maybe someone walking behind the car, which you normally wouldn't notice, but then you would see them pass by here. So yeah, the visualization sometimes it is really handy, provided it does render everything real time. So far, I think other than that one instance where I had to take over, it has been driving pretty much the whole drive. And then we have about 2 miles just a straight road, so we'll see how it does. So back there in the turn, it felt like it was going too close to the curb. From inside, it feels like that, but if you look over, it is actually not that close. But sometimes you feel like better to avoid than to get into a situation you don't want to be in. So that's why I just took over there for a second and then turned it back on. So it is pretty aggressive. It saw the right lane was emptier than the left, so it got me over to the right lane. So it wants to get you to your destination as fast as possible. I think that's what I've seen. And I am driving on the, let's see, the average profile. So this means in this profile your Model 3 will have a medium follow distance, but you do have chill mode and assertive. So let me see, let me change it to chill. We'll have a larger follow distance and perform fewer speed lane changes. And then assertive, in this profile you'll have a smaller follow distance, perform more frequent speed lane changes, and will not exit passing lanes. So depending on how you drive, you can change those profile. And for me, I think average works the best. Even with average, it is a little more assertive for me than I want it to be, but I think that's good for me. I'm okay with driving with average profile. I will probably try do a video with the other two profiles just to compare how it does and see, you know, if I like any of the other profiles better. So it slowed down a bit here because I think it saw the car in the intersection there. It felt, it did look like the car was a little, you know, outside of their lane, the stop line. But then it realized it is good to go, and then it just went ahead. Okay, we're making a right here. I don't know, it stopped. And stopped going, but then did the right turn. Okay, there is a speed bump. It slowed down a bit. So this is a Y intersection. It shouldn't be stopping here because there's no street or anything there, but it did stop. It does go a little faster on the speed bumps than I would like. Yeah, there you go. It's recognizing the speed bumps a little slow. So let me slow down here. Let me bring it to 25. Nope. So let me send the feedback of all those speed bumps back there. It was doing really good. I don't know what happened in these. So yeah, it is going way too fast on the speed bumps. I don't want to ruin the car. It was doing really well. I don't know. It didn't recognize any of the speed bumps. And even if it did, it was really slow in recognizing it. I think it should be good to go here. Taking it slow. And I think the destination I had set should be coming up on the right, so it should stop there. Yeah, so it did stop in the, so it doesn't, you know, park or anything, it just stops. I did put my destination to this park, so that'll bring me over. So let me pull over and then so let me pull over here and then head back, and I'll capture that as well, and we'll see how it does on the way back. Alright, so I walked my dog here at the park and I'm heading back home. Okay, so I turned it on as soon as the symbol came up here, and then it took me right where it has to, where it needs to be. So yeah, going good. I think even such tiny things, it would struggle in some of the previous builds, and that's gotten better over time for sure. It's started to, it's drizzling a bit. So let's see if it starts raining. It'll be a good thing to see how it handles in rain. We're making a right here. So there's another speed bump, and I don't see it recognizing the speed bump, but it is going slower, which is good. Then again, if you were driving, you would go a lot slower. No, it didn't recognize this. I think the markings, it is important for it to, see the markings. If not, it barely recognizes it. So I'll just keep sending feedback on wherever it misses the speed bumps. So this is a residential area, so there are a lot of speed bumps here. I'm driving slow, but I don't see it recognizing, and it doesn't show up at all today on the visualization. Right, so we need to make a left here on the busy intersection, so we'll see how it does. Okay, there are a lot of cars coming. It's creeping forward. It started going. Okay, so it was almost about to hit the car who was coming on the other direction. So I'll report that. Yeah, so busy intersections and the stop sign probably doesn't do that well. Still scary, so it's always be always make sure you are carefully observing what it does, and if you feel like it's going to do something it should not, I wouldn't risk it. Okay, something happened there. For some reason it just took me out of beta, and I don't see the symbol coming back. It's probably not going to come back for this drive. It might be the weather, like I said, since it started raining. So let me try this. Let me see if I can pull over and try to put it in park, and then see if I can start the drive again and then bring it back up. Okay, let me pull over here. All right, let me park. And let's take a quick look what happened there. I'm not sure what happened. So autopilot, if autopilot disables 5 times due to this vehicle has not had any such events, so that means it didn't count it as a strike. So it's probably the weather is what I feel, that since it started raining it didn't like it. So now that I've parked it, let me try again, and I do see the visualizations change for beta, so hopefully it should start back up. Yeah, I see the symbol again. So it just spooked out for some reason there, and I'll turn it back on. So it's back on beta. I don't know what happened back there. So that's the strikes. So you can, you'll get that message pop up if you're not paying attention for too long, because it's tracking using the cabin camera. Or if if you're, say, the speed limit with beta or FSD is 80 for now. I think that's the vision based speed limit. So if you're on FSD and then you press the accelerator and then you go above 80, your car goes above 80 speed, that's when you see that, and then it immediately stops FSD. So to get it back, you'll have to park somewhere, pull off somewhere and then put it to park, and then if you start driving again, it should work. But unless you get 5 strikes, and then it disables beta for you. So weather is not that bad. It's just drizzling. So it's beta is still able to handle it. But I think if it rains too hard, since it's still beta and not the actual software, production software, it might not work. And I think I've tried it in the past and it doesn't work. So they want to perfect it in good weather. They want to perfect the beta in good driving conditions first, and then probably start testing, in bad weather. So right now it doesn't work for sure. So I don't know why it did this. It tried to overtake the person in front of me, even though I need to make a left turn real quick. So it went there, and then it realized I need to make a left next, and then it got me back to the left lane. So someone behind me, they would think, what is this person doing? So it is a little aggressive. Driver for sure. So there are 2 left lanes. It got me to the leftmost left lane, and then it got me to the right one because I don't need to make a left after. Okay, so it's getting confused today, and it was again going back to that lane when there was someone in the lane there. So I had to take over there for a quick second and then turn it back on to avoid it from going into their lane. So these lane changes, it doesn't make sense to me because there's no one there, and then it went to the left lane and got me back. Now it noticed there's someone in front of me who's going slower, so it got me back here. Now it wants to make a right next, so it'll probably take me back to so these lane changes are something you wouldn't do, and it's probably they need to work on it. So let me see if I can report that as a potential bug. Okay, so this is an interesting situation. I still need to go straight, but there's a work truck right in front of me. So it's going to be interesting to see how it how it'll handle that, and then how it'll overtake that truck. If I was driving, I wouldn't be in this lane because I see there's a work truck right in front of me. Okay, so the light's green, started going, it's slowing down, and the person in front of me flashed. He wants me to go, so I had to take over. So yeah, the person on the left yielded, and then he was flashing his light, asking me to, he was letting me go, so I just took over from there. And then I think Tesla would have waited for all the cars to proceed, and then it would overtake the work truck there. So that's my best guess. Okay, so yeah, this drive was a bit challenging for sure. And I think it's already quite a long video. So yeah, a steep turn there. And it's a double right turn, so it looked like it was struggling a little, so I didn't want to risk it again. So yeah, quite a bit of disengagements because this was a tricky drive, and this is the first time I did that stretch. So maybe the next time I drive the same stretch, it will probably do a little better, learning from the mistakes. So yeah, that was the 10.11.2 beta version test drive on the day I received the update. So yeah, I hope you like this video, and then I'll see you next one. Bye.